Welcome for the session, Mechanisms of Drug Absorption, Part 2. So myself, Dr. Vedamurthy Joshi, Professor Adi Chunchanagiri College of Pharmacy, Bijinagara. In the previous session, that is Part 1, so we have seen the three basic mechanisms of drug absorption. So the first one is transcellular mechanism or intracellular mechanism, paracellular mechanism, the second one, then the third one is vesicular transport. In the first part, so we have covered passive transport process, then till passive transport process we have covered passive diffusion, pole transport, ion pair transport, facilitated transport or carrier mediated transport, so we have covered. Then the rest part, that is active transport process, and then the paracellular mechanism, vesicular transport, we will see in this session. Paracellular mechanism or intracellular mechanism. As we discussed in the part 1 briefly, so we are going to see this one. So this paracellular mechanism or intercellular mechanism is of minor importance basically. So why? Because so the molecules has to travel through tight junctions, which is highly impossible, and more than 95% of the drug molecules will be transporting through the first mechanism, that is transcellular mechanism. So that's why, so this is of not that much significance. So however, there are two paracellular transport that are involved in the drug absorption process. So permeation through tight junctions of epithelials. So this process basically occurs through the opening which are little bigger than the aqueous pores. So the compounds such as insulin and then cardiac glycosides will take this path of drug absorption. Then the second one is persorption. It is the permeation of the drug through the temporary openings. So what is this temporary openings? So whenever the heart pumps, so then the blood will be rushing through the vessels, and then while it rushing through the pulses, like so pulse wise actually it is coming. So through that one, so the drug or the membranes will be expanded partially, so due to which so there is a lumen that is there, or the gap that is there, no? So that will be increased, so by which so the drug is transporting through that process. In vesicular transport, so vesicular transport or corpuscular transport or endocytosis we call it as. So like active transport, okay, so here also, so the drug will be transported through the vesicles. So vesicles means, so whenever the drug molecule wants to get in, okay, the cell membrane folds itself and it forms a sac around the molecule that it wants to travel. So if it is a solid molecule, so then we call it as phagocytosis. If it is a liquid molecule, we call it as pinocytosis. So the solid molecules or the liquid molecule, it will be wrapped up with the vesicles, and this wrapped vesicle will be independently traveling in the cytoplasm, and it reaches the other part of the cell membrane, and it transports back the rest of the contents to the outside. So please note that the drug or the particle that is there, no, so that is not directly in contact with the cytoplasm in this transport. This vesicular transport or this phenomena is responsible for the cellular uptake of macromolecule nutrients such as starch, oil soluble vitamins like A, D, E, K, then water soluble vitamins like vitamin B12, then drugs such as insulin. So another significance of this process is that the drug is absorbed into the lymphatic circulation. Thereby it bypasses first pass hepatic metabolism. So it involves two processes. One is phagocytosis, so that is cell eating we call it as. So here the solid particles will be transported. Pinocytosis, that is cell drinking, uptake of fluid solutes. Here you can see this. So here there is a macromolecule that is available and it is coming in contact with the cell membrane. So where the cell membrane folds itself and it forms a vesicle. and then this vesicle is there. So this vesicle travels across the membrane, and then the drug molecule is released into the blood directly. In summary, so the drugs which are hydrophobic, molecular weight ranges from 100 to 400, they are going to be absorbed passively. Hydrophilic drug molecules with molecular less than 100 are absorbed by pore transport. Then the drug ionizes at all pHs after complexing with the oppositely charged ions through ion pair transport. Then structure specific drugs with affinity from the carrier transported from the specific sites are at most absorbed through the carrier mediated transport. And then the macromolecular nutrients are the drugs, solid particles or oil substances are absorbed through endocytosis. Thank you. This is the reference book.